Again, we factor things completely. Bottom is the difference of squares. First thing, what are non-permissible values? X can equal 3. X can equal negative 3. Holes or vertical asymptotes? Right, the x plus 3 is going to cancel out. That means that here we're going to have a hole at negative 3 comma something. The x minus 3 stays. That means we're going to have a vertical asymptote at x equals 3. Now once those things cancel, what equation are we going to be left with? Yeah, that x minus 3 is still on the bottom of our fraction. It has to stay there. So we get 1 over x minus 3. And now we can figure out the coordinates of our hole by plugging in negative 3 into that for x. We'll get 1 over negative 6. Now that it's simplified, this is going to be the equation that we're going to use to figure out our other asymptotes. Highest degree, highest power is just the x. We have one x on the bottom. We have no x's on the top. This simplifies to 0. This means we have a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. Once you have all of your asymptotes, you can start to graph. We have a vertical asymptote at x equals 3. And a horizontal asymptote at y equals 0. We have a hole at negative 3, 1 over negative 6. X-intercepts and y-intercepts. Well, y-intercept you can find by plugging in 0 for x. Can you see that you'll get 1 over negative 3? And now we have enough in this section to graph our function. For x-intercepts are whenever our numerator is equal to 0. And that never happens, so we have no x-intercepts. Then to graph this further, we need a point in this section. So let's plug in when x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4 will give us 1 over 1. So we have the point 4 comma 1. And once again, maybe you noticed that our simplified graph was just our 1 over x graph moved 3 to the right. So you could have used transformations to get this graph. Does the final graph that we have look like a 1 over x graph moved 3 to the right? Yes. The only thing different is we have a hole in this graph as well. Okay, no additional questions for homework. Just 3, 4, and 5 from before.